welcome back to Sit Down with Sam. In this episode, I wanted to share with you guys my friend Allie and her story, and I hope you all enjoy. Hey guys, welcome back to another Sit Down with Sam. Today I'm here with Allie.
Hi.
And Bella.
Yeah, of course, Bella always.
Yeah. So what's your story with mental health?
Okay, so it started from when I was a little kid. Like, I was always, like, kind of sad in some sort of ways, but I never talked about it. Because, like, when you're a kid, I feel like you don't know what it is. Like, you're kind of not thinking about that, but you always have that in the back of your head.
Exactly.
And so, I would say when I was younger, I definitely thought some, like, kind of darker stuff for, like, a child.
And you, like, never knew.
I never knew what it was until I was, like, older. And so I would grow up and, like, on top of just dealing with that stuff, because depression and anxiety, I'm pretty sure, runs in my family as well. Mm-hmm. And, like, I just felt so isolated and alone and by myself. Mm-hmm. And so it really started to, like, show, I want to say, my 8th grade. Yeah. Because that's when I really just stopped caring about, I want to say, school and just general. Yeah. Because, like, in high school, I just wasn't the best student. Like, moved out of the house I grew up in for most of my life. My parents separated, which was really hard. And so and then I went into a really dark hole, not just because of that situation, but because of other issues I pushed back for years. And, like, I never knew what the feeling was, and I found out later it was anxiety, and that I was, like, dealing with depression, because I had no idea. I just liked being in my room. Like, I just liked being alone. I didn't want anyone to talk to me. I didn't want to get up to do anything. And so then that's when like, self-harm started happening, was when I was in 8th grade. And no one knew about it. None of my family knows, like, about it, because it was so long ago, like, I could talk about it. But I would do that when, like, my sister wasn't home, my mom wasn't home, and I'd kind of just like, that was something I resorted to, which isn't healthy, obviously, because I felt like I was giving myself the pain I deserved. And the pain I couldn't feel, if that makes sense. And so then I started getting better, and I was very off and on about it for a very long time. And then especially freshman year was really hard, in the sense where I continued to, like, self-harm just, like, occasionally, and was going through really hard times. Like, freshman year, I feel like for everyone it's a complete 360. You're meeting new people, and your friend groups change so much. And my friend group changed entirely. Like, I was really, like, upset and scared about it, because I didn't understand why some of my best friends were changing into people I just didn't want to hang out with anymore. Yeah. And so then moving on to sophomore year was probably one of the worst years, I think, of my life, without a doubt. It was miserable, it was hard, it was dark. I didn't know how to deal with anything, because I just made varsity lacrosse at my school, and so I was really excited about it. And then one day I was in PE, and someone literally launched a ball at my head. Yeah. And I got a really bad concussion, and I ended up just, like, stopped playing lacrosse for a little bit. And it was really hard, because I worked so hard for something for so long, and having people finally praise me for something I've been playing forever. And recently after that, my uncle died in a car crash. That happened, and just, like, seeing all my family just, like, in pain and all this stuff, and I didn't know what to do. And eventually I just became so unhappy with myself that I was literally, like, it could have been because everyone, like, some people saw, like, the scars on my body, and they told the office about it, the counselor's office about it, and I'm pretty sure if they didn't tell that, I don't think I'd be here, to be honest. Like, I was in a really bad spot, and I didn't know how to handle it, and I thought everything I felt and why I was so sad, I thought I deserved. And, like, I would have anxiety attacks all the time by myself in my room. Like, I would just, like, got to the point where I couldn't even feel anything. And I changed completely as a person, to the point where I was snapping at everyone. And then it's still something I struggle with, because junior year I was very much in an unhappy place again, but not as much. I was working on it, and I was snapping at a lot of the closest people in my life, and they were they didn't understand why I was like this, but I had so much built up anxiety and sadness that, like, I just, like, wasn't frustrated at them, I was frustrated at myself. And like I feel like, and now that I'm graduating high school, and I feel like a lot of maturing has happened, that like I still go through it. There's times where I can't get out of bed to go to work. Like my senior year, I didn't go to lacrosse for a month. And then I stopped going to class as much because I couldn't get out of bed and like early enough for school in the morning. Like I just couldn't do it. And I still struggle with that, but like now I feel like I have a lot more kind of insight on how to handle it. Like just seeing my mom's like pain when she saw like what I was going through was really heartbreaking. And then I went to therapy for a little bit, but then just like the situation happened with that where like I just couldn't go anymore. And so I would say like and no one really understood any of it. Like none of my friends did, because none of them go through it. So I didn't feel the need to go through them, because none of them, like, they have anxiety, but like it's about like a test or something.
It wasn't like as bad as yours.
Like some of my friends definitely have it, but like not like that. And like some of them don't understand, Allison, why don't you have the motivation to do this? Why can't you do this? I'm like, because that's something I've struggled with for years.
I feel like it's also just because like so many people just like don't talk about it. And it's like no one really knows how to like act or how to like what it means to like feel like that, you know? And I feel like we're just no one's
like no
educated.
No one, because I feel like it's not taught in school. Like it's not like in health I feel like if all the classes, they should teach it in health.
It's like weird because like you literally talk about
everything else but that.
Like everything but like your head, basically.
Because like I feel like it's especially in like high school too. It's so common. I didn't realize how common it was. Because in my friend group, it's not very common. Like the people I hung out with, it was more to them. It was like, we don't want to piss her off, and we don't know what to do with her. Because none of them really have gone through. Like they've gone through their fair share of stuff, but like not as consistent as I am. So.
What are some things that you do to like cope with? If like you feel like anxious one day.
If I feel anxious, it's honestly changed, because how I used to deal with it was doing bad things. Like now I would say honestly, I like writing like a lot about it. Like it could be like something like in like a Google Doc, but I mainly have a journal for that stuff, because that's where something I can like without saying it. Because sometimes I don't know how to say things, so I just write it out instead. And I feel like that's helped me a lot with stuff, because it doesn't even have to make sense.
It just makes sense to you.
Exactly. Like that's a really important thing. And also like helping me cope, I learned that it's really important to have healthy people in your life that can help you get out of those situations. And I feel like that's helped me cope, is finding the right people. And kind of just like, and also working has helped me.
You work so much. Like
I work a lot.
Most hardworking person ever.
I 5 to 6 days a week. Because for the longest time, I literally refused to have a job. I was like, I don't need a job.
I don't remember that.
Like literally, I'd be like, I can finesse my way into any meal, right? And but then now looking back, I'm like, like, but now, my friends even told me, they're like, it's gonna make you happier. You will have less free time. Like you'll be distracted. Like you'll just like like the money you'll get from it. And you'll like how you're kind of seeing what your work ethic is. And so now
it's just nice to like do something and like
like not just to sit around, because I mean there's times where I do sit around and like I feel like it wins, but it like
I mean everyone deserves to just like chill for like a day or two. Everyone deserves that mental health time.
I feel like, and definitely from playing sports. Like I had my senior year when this wasn't high school, it was club. My club coach noticed when I would have a talk with her, and she knew when I was going through a rough time. Like it's just, you could tell like my attitude was not there. Like I was not the joyful person. And so she talked to me about how she's like, you can tell, she's like, you have the most anxiety ever when you come here, but then when I leave, it's like I didn't have it at all. And it's like crazy how like stuff like that does that to someone. So I feel like that writing, I feel like, is mainly the big one. Also, going on a walk. I really like walking.
Oh.
A nice little nature walk.
Nice little nature walk. Nature reserve.
Yeah, no. Especially when I want to say a freshman, between freshman year and senior year. Not senior year, junior year. Because senior year, I was just mainly, like, out with my friends. Like, that was, like, my social year, I feel like. And that was probably one of my best years.
Yeah.
But freshman to junior year, that's when I'd just, like, take my earbuds in and, like, walk. Because, like, I live near a golf course area.
Yeah.
And so I just walk through that.
Yeah.
And, like, it's weird because when I'm on those walks, once I passed by the apartment I lived in when everything started.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so weird to think about. In my head, that's when, like, my big downhill started going.
Yeah.
And then I, like, especially now, like, with the coping skills that I've used, like, writing and, like, just having good people in my life and, like, working out and just working in general, it's weird to think that I was at a point where I couldn't, like, even, like, get out of bed to do anything.
Yeah. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Just, like, how you've, like, become, like, this person now.
Yeah.
You know, and, like, I guess the journey that you've been on and, like, how far you've come and, like, how hard you worked for, like, everything.
Yeah, it was very, like, I still go through it now.
Yeah.
Like, it does, I don't want people to think it just, like,
it
goes away. It doesn't.
But, like, you learn
how to deal with it.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of time. It's still taking me a while because I know
fine.
I'm not done
Yeah.
finding coping ways and just, like, being the best person I can be. So
that's fine. Yeah. Okay, guys, so that is it for today. I hope you guys learned something, were inspired by Allie, because I know she's so inspirational for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, so make sure to check back for another sit down with Sam.